right, folks, here we are. Thank you for joining me again tonight. This will post in a day or two, but it's a beautiful Thursday evening, May 23rd, I believe, 2024. Perfect evening on your outpost in the West Coast here. I had mentioned this thing's going down a real good path, and I had mentioned a couple of videos ago that as a painter, when you get into a project, whether it's for you or a customer, if it's a good project and the mojo's cooking just right, it becomes an outer body experience, and you're concentrated right here. This is your world for the next several evenings, late into the night, and you're pulling off pretty much grand slam home runs with every move, regardless of whether it's painting, weathering, soldering, planning, drawing. It doesn't matter. When you reach that point, you don't work the model anymore, rather it works you. And that's where we are right now. So I had mentioned talking about Willie Nelson, Railroad Lady, the song, and I was going to explain my adventures with Ed Campbell going to Chicago. I'm going to skip that while I do this. This is just so relaxing right now. And I wish you guys would at least experiment with this at least once in your lifetime. And like I said, the key to getting to that next level, and it may seem like I'm at the next level, I'm barely touching the edges of it, is to slow way, way, way down, and weathering or working with oils, listening to chill music to late in the evening, every evening. That will slow you down real good, where your results start to turn out in such a spectacular way that you've never seen before in your modeling career. And we're not going to do that, Willie. My Adventures to Chicago with Ed, that's a pretty vulgar story, and it's pretty long, and it involves everything bad you can think of in society today. Let's just concentrate on this here. We'll do a little bit of explaining, a little bit of talking, and then we'll just jump right into the project, okay? We're not there yet, but eventually we'll be weathering with actual oil paints. A good art store or go online is your best bet. Don't cheap out and get Walmart or Hobby Lobby, 10 for the price of one type things. Invest in the good quality stuff. It's really not that much. It's about $6 or $8 for each one of these, and it will last you a lifetime, guys. That is a lot. And you only use a smudge when you're gonna weather or work with whatever color you choose. In the last video I mentioned, I had jumbled my words, that you can get these bottles of mineral white spirit at your hobby store for about $12, or you can go to a good art store, not hobby store, guys. Same thing here with these guys. Not hobby store, art store, good art store. Go to a good art store. You can get a big giant jug of mineral spirits for about $4.99. So $12 at your hobby store, $4.99 at a good art store. Your different jugs of weathering effect products at your local hobby store, order them online. Get the good stuff. A lot of times you'll find these things sitting on the display, the sale shelf, the box of all the stuff that's being blown out, because it starts to dry, and it does start to dry after a while, even on the shelf. It takes a while though, but eventually it does, or it starts to, but it doesn't harden completely. So you can buy them for about 99 cents each. Sometimes that's what I do, because you can reactivate this with just regular paint thinner, but it's got to be real paint thinner, nothing water-based, no California crazy green stuff. Real paint thinner will reactivate this stuff, and it'll last you a lifetime. It gets hard again, add a little bit more paint thinner, and you're only going to use a smudge of it anyways. You can buy a real bottle for about $6.99, or you can get them on sale for $1 when they start to dry out. So you can pull this off. The items you're seeing on the screen right now are top of the line, and you get them at the art store, good hobby store. Go online, get them. But the last thing you want to do is maybe pick up a product that just was lacking, and then you apply it on your model or your buddy's model and you screwed it up. So just do it the right way, because we can fix it. We can back off, we can repaint, we can touch up, but my feeling is if you reach that nirvana here doing this, that outer body experience, you're not going to want to stop to go back and fix stuff. You want to keep that beautiful but beautiful soothing. This is what modeling is all about right here. This has changed me as a modeler, weathering with oils and doing stuff like that, and just having my models come out totally different than they ever did before in my lifetime. And this is my first attempt at modeling or weathering a steam locomotive with oils. And it's a steam locomotive I'm having a blast working on, as you can see. Let's zoom in. I worked a little bit more on our project here. I went ahead and added more of that bluing tint to the back, from the end of the cab all the way to where this line is here, where I'm representing with the brush. And from here forward, it's still the shiny black. So you can start to see the differences, where we're going. Keep in mind, we still have a lot more to go. We're not going to use that blue tint anymore back here, excuse me. And we'll be using other weathering effects for that. We'll try and do this tonight. What we are going to work on is a little bit of our smoke box up here, and maybe around our hatches here start adding some panel line real quick. Let's see here. We're not going to address or talk about the tender or anything. We're just going to concentrate on this tonight, do a little bit as talking as possible, let the processes speak for themselves. I'll pipe in wherever it's necessary. I had to redo the stay bolts on the other side because I learned something new. Unlike our armor models, when you're putting that real runny liquid and washing it down with mineral spirits and stuff, that stuff runs down, which is fantastic. It actually ran down all the way through the bottom underneath the boiler, which is actually kind of cool. So it kept that streaking effects going all the way to the underside of the belly without me even having to do it. But it also ran down our stay bolts here, and it washed it down. So easy fix, no problem. I learned a lesson also, just like you guys are trying to figure stuff out here through what I'm doing, is let's learn together, right? Don't weather the bottom and then start working on the top a few days later. Unless you're going to seal what you did with some sort of clear coat. Let's start from the top and work our way down. Anyways, guys, let's get to modeling. I'm going to move the camera over, bear with me, and I'm going to pull up a chair and sit down as we work on our baby here in the front. On our last videos, I was working on the roof, the cab roof here. I noticed on the video, not when I was shooting it, but the next day when I saw the video on YouTube, I noticed there was a big run that ran down here. So I was working up here, caught on camera. That's fine, we'll fix that, we'll address this, piece of cake, no big deal. But it's there, and I like to point all that good stuff out. So you see the blue highlights that tend to stick around the edges. You see the blue just kind of almost streaks or effect, and how everything turns flat as opposed to the front of our locomotive, which is still shiny and jet black. Keep in mind, we're going to have many different layers, different coats, colors of weathering effects to this. So you start to see where it's going. I even did the walkways. You may pick out a little bit of blue here and there. But today, right now, let's do a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun with some panel wash by Tamiya. In this case, we're going to use black. After we're done doing this on our smoke box, we're going to get the Tamiya, which is kind of like a light gray panel line, And we're going to do a little bit of work around, let's say, these hatches here. And a couple of these lagging clamps. Although right here they look like two dots, two rivets. Supposed to be lagging clamps, but the detail gets better as the model gets more modern. And as the models get more older, more retro from the 50s and 60s, tiny detail like that starts to not become as apparent or a priority when they built the model, as opposed to more newer models where, yeah, they get fully decked out. Let's set these guys aside. Need our little rag. All right. Man, perfect. All right. We're going to jump a step or two here just to keep you guys interested so you guys don't bail. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and highlight these edges with black panel line. And that's the whole purpose of panel line, is to highlight edges, doors, hatches, openings. And basically what it is, it's a lot of paint thinner with a couple drops of black. The Tamiya panel line and all the colors they use, I mean, they also have brown and other colors. It's probably one of my favorite products for weathering, and you can make your own, but I'm a huge fan of Tamiya products. And loyal, because they took me to the next level in terms of weathering and modeling. So my loyalty to them, and I'll buy as many products if I think it's necessary as I can. So let's take a look how this looks on the camera. All right, guys, I'm gonna try not to get my hands on the camera tonight. I'm 57 years old, so tiny little things like that, I gotta use my other hand to support the hand I'm working with. I didn't shake the bottle well enough there, but you can start to see a shadow effect. And you don't want a straight line of black anyways, like if you hit it with a marker, because you're going to go back with the mineral spirits and spread that line out and go for that shadow effect. The only thing is, in that particular thing right there, I didn't shake the bottle good enough, so it's still rather light. I'm still shaking the camera right now as I talk to you guys. All right, now let's do that again. And remember, with oils, that's not a mistake. We'll go back mineral spirits, we can back that off, manipulate it, fix it up, or keep it. See the capillary action? Now, one thing I am noticing, think that's a mistake there? Now we'll bring that back and borrow it. Or you can just glob it on like that. You're gonna go in with your mineral spirits and manipulate that. You can even hit this thing here. Let's grab our big giant jug of mineral spirits. Let's fill a little clean glass jar with mineral spirits. And that's where we'll be constantly dipping into and also cleaning on our tissue paper before we enter it in here. Keep the product from fouling our bottle of mineral spirits constantly by wiping it down on the towel. All right. Let's go. So I dipped it in mineral spirits right now. I wipe it down, or the excess, with a towel, and let's see how it looks, and then we'll adjust accordingly. So let's start with this guy here. Remember that was supposed to be a boo-boo? Well, that kind of cleaned up right there, huh? Okay. So I'm noticing this is the wrong brush for this application. So what brush I am gonna use? See what I got here handy. I might have to fish for a brush. I got a brush. This would be perfect. So I dipped it in mineral spirits off camera. I'm wiping it, although I blocked the lens there. I'm wiping it on the tissue paper. Now let's go back. I'll tell you, trying to figure out how to do this and not block the view with my hand is an art in itself. Okay, see those smudges there? We can clean that up. Now you guys starting to get the gist of it. We can go back with another brush, a cleaner brush, dip a Q-tip in mineral spirits, wipe it down on our towel, and there's just so many things you can do. And there's something about certain individuals when they're born that are attracted to lines, mechanical lines and models, or tanks, or skyscrapers, or construction equipment, or guns, or working on cars and stuff, and probably a whole variety of things. But I think the main one's got to be your constant quest for trying out new things on something you're working on. What tool does your buddy at work tell you, hey, this works, try this, it works better, and or you find out yourself, or you see it on YouTube or a modeling magazine. This is the most enjoyable thing I can think of doing in the hobby. So we made our edge of that hatch. We gave it a shadow. We made it look more like a 3D, like a real life vision of what it looked like, as opposed to a flat, solid silver going across, almost two-dimensional thing. Also, it gives it like a shadow. Like where I'm cleaning up here, you notice I'm not cleaning it off completely, and I'm spreading it out that way. Spreading out that way because I want to make it look like smudges or shadow, and not a perfectly clean hatch. And then we'll leave those dogs dirty, so it'll be a little bit darker or blacker than both this and the boiler, just to give it more of that third dimensional height, the effect of height. Put my music right here. I mentioned about the human mind, certain individuals always looking, this constant quest of looking for the next tool or whatever. This is the first time ever I used a paper clip in any type of weathering. I'm sorry, a Q-tip. And I did it, I just saw it here lying next to me as I was talking to you guys about a minute ago. I put it out, didn't know if it was gonna work or not, and I did it as we were filming. I have never done it before, didn't plan on it. It just happened as I was saying that stuff about Quest, and look at the results. I'm happy with that. Not as perfect as with the brush, but you're starting to see everything I'm trying to say with my horrible garbled English, and what my hands are trying to show you, and what the model is now trying to show you. Hopefully it's starting to make sense. Let's clean it up better with the brush. But I experimented right here on camera live with you guys, and we got some great results. Remember I said constantly wipe on your towel? I got lazy, I didn't do that here, and I kind of smeared some stuff along there that shouldn't have been smeared. But we'll dip it in mineral spirits, and look at that. And then I get a shadow effect or smudges, and we're gonna keep that. You see how slow I'm working? I got a cup of iced coffee right here. And I got some good futuristic music in the background. Ah, that's good. All right. That's how it used to look right there. Right there. Let's get these two bases for these appliances. That's for the throttle, and this would be some sort of clean out or washout plug for the smoke box. So let's go ahead and get those. We'll hit it with our panel line once again. Shake that bottle real good each and every time you're gonna pick it up, because it literally is just a few drops of black paint, oil paint, mixing tons and tons of thinner. And she starts to thin out each and every time almost as soon as you put the bottle down. I hope it caught that. Let's see here. There we go. Dunk it back in the bottle so I can get it running and get that nice capillary action going. Oops. Like I said, I gotta use both hands, because I get the shakes now. And maybe that's why I'm trying to pass the baton on to new people, right? You know. Life is beautiful, but it's fleeting and it goes away before you know it. And youth is even more fleeting, and it goes away even faster. I've got no problem with that. I have no problem where I'm going. I'm cool with that. And like the great Bill Gaither said, I'm packed and ready to go. I got no problem with that. And on camera? Sure is. Let's have some fun here, guys. Let's have some fun with that too. All right. Guys ready? Oh, let's try a couple more places here. Hold on. We'll just do this and we'll jump over to doing some hatches or something real quick. I'm still looking at photographs online of both models and real steam locomotives and the weathering around the smokestack and stuff, especially around coal burners. So That's the second part of the hobby that fascinates me, is the research. The research blows me away. Oh, are we even on camera here? Yeah, we are. Get some light on there. All right, guys. See a big run right there? That's no problem. We can use that to our advantage. We'll have some streaking effects there. So I hope if something like this happens to you, what I'm working on right now, don't freak out. Think quick, think out of the box. And hopefully if you don't, you may not have to repaint it or refix it or touch it up or anything. Maybe it's something you can use to your advantage, like we just did right there. We'll let this dry a little bit. We'll come back and we'll wipe it down even further. Let's use a wider brush. So the only thing I can say right here is, what mistake? We can use that. What mistake? That looks pretty darn good for being a mistake. Oh man. Okay. Wipe it down on the towel, dunk it in the mineral spirit, put a new coating, a new clean mineral spirit on there. We'll start pulling away from that edge to give it the edge, the border, the shadow of the edge, but also to give it smudges. Overdid it right there. But what do we always say? You can't mess up with mineral. With weathering with oils, you clean it up with some mineral spirits. Now, we're going to let this dry a little bit. I might even have to blow on it, because you see how I'm wiping away the excess of that black or the smudges or what I'm trying to clean up. But remember, our boiler, the streaks go down. So let's not wipe it off completely. Let's keep some of it on there, and then we'll, using the same brush, we'll turn it around and we'll start doing up and down. Because we're gonna be doing weathering with that up and down motion here probably in about a day or two here in this area. Overdid it right there, right? But we can't mess up when you do this with oils. And we can come back and we'll keep cleaning that. We'll borrow some of this to go up and down, little by little. I don't want to take up too much time of your guys' tonight, so I'll play with that well into the evening along with other parts, and then we'll show the next video. I'll show you guys what I came up with in terms of how it cleaned up. Remember, up and down, because we're going to be using those streaking up and down lines for the soot later on. So there's no sense in totally wiping out. We're going to keep those, okay? Keep those right there. Now I'm holding the model with one hand, so this part shows to the camera. I'm painting in a weird angle like this, so it's not awkward and goofy and slow and clumsy like it's appearing right now on video. You actually lay this guy down, you got both hands. It's, trust me, just shooting videos and modeling is a whole different new skill all on its own. So you see those smudge marks? Let's clean that up. Let's pull it away from that fixture. And remember, by all means, it does not have to be perfect, because this whole front silver area is going to be covered in runny soot marks here. Different colors, different textures. So I don't want my streak mark. I don't want this streak mark, although I do want streak marks on here and deciding to keep the mistakes on here for later. I don't want my streak marks to be curved like that one was, so I can't straighten it out. And remember, you can't make a mistake with minerals. With oils, you go back with your mineral spirits and you clean up that line. We can also clean up this one here, but I kind of like that. We're going to keep all that good stuff here. Okay. So look at the... Remember how I made a mistake with the silver paint? I explained how I'm going to use that boo-boo to my advantage down the road. Now do you get the idea why I did that? So there you go, guys. Real quick, let's do some panel lining around a couple of those hatches just so you guys can see. But pretty much we're done for today, for this evening. Thank you for joining me. I hope this opened up the curiosity in your brain even further. This time we're going to be using the light gray on this particular hatch right here. It's going around, it's just real slow. As you can see, my hands shake. Now, do you guys know why I'm passing along the baton? Just don't kill nobody. That's between us, right? Sorry about that. So I put that white panel line here on the edge. It actually took about 3 times and to finally go around, because my hand was shaking. It smudged it out like you see right there. But remember what we always say. Can't mess up with oils. Grab your mineral spirit, go back there. You can back that off. So we'll end the video right about here, but I wanted to show you guys. Maybe you guys can see it, maybe you guys can't. You see the white around the hatch. I'll clean it up some more, but you're starting to get the idea where we're going. You see what we did right there, how those dogs and that edge is darkened as opposed to way over there how it was originally, how those little appliances are highlighted. You bring out a more 3D effect to them, and whatever mistakes or boo-boo or cleanup we use to our advantage and smudge it up and down, just like we did down here and we did over here. Keep in mind, we're still going to cover these areas, but you kind of get the gist. Whew. All right, guys. Hope you like how she's coming along. This is a good shot. You could start to see differences. Like I said, we'll work on the stay bolts last. That was something we both of us learned here tonight. And these blue streaks here, we'll clean them down, thin them down. They're going to be the blue is actually going to be replaced with a more lighter gray, but at least it'll have some blue in it. So all right, you all take care. Have an awesome rest of your week. Bye. Oh, God bless.